Hi everyone. Um, just a tiny request. If there's any kind people out there who would like to shoot me a message, I know I'm always asking for messages I don't receive, but that's okay. I'm still gonna ask. If somebody like ever hears me talk about something technology wise, especially regarding my phone or something like that, that I'm saying I'm confused about, or like I can't find how to do a certain thing, can somebody just tell me, like, hey, your phone actually does do this thing? I don't know if that made sense, but I had no idea that there was like a tracker on your iPhone to like track people. Oh my God, why did I just say that? But I didn't know that that existed. And it was like a couple months back, I was thinking about, like, it sure would be nice to know, like, just to kind of calm my nerves sometimes. It's nice to know, like, where my wife is. If, like, for example, she goes on hikes to Green Lakes or something. What if she goes into the part at the very top where it's all woodsy and like nobody really goes, and like what if she like gets into an accident or something? How am I going to know where to find her? Well, your iPhone does it for you, gives you the precise location. And I thought that you had to get an app to do that, but you don't. So that would have been nice to know. I could have been stalking her for a long time. And the other thing is, um so like my niece had used her phone to figure out that we have two cats that are breeds. Um, and I didn't bother to ask her how she did that because I just assumed like that would be too hard for me to understand how to do. And so yesterday I'm over at Janice's house next door. I was only over there to see a cat pretty much, and she knows that. That's why she asked me to come over, because she's pet sitting for our neighbor across the street. And this neighbor has this cat that ran into Janice's house 2 years ago. They kept it for a couple of weeks, looked for his owners. Nobody came forward. So the neighbors across the street were like, we'll take him. And boy, is that cat spoiled. But, anyways, so I'm over there and I take one look at that cat. I'm like, what kind of cat is this? And Janice is like, I don't know, a cat. And I'm like, no, what's the breed? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like I'm some expert in breeds now because my niece, like, I'm not an expert in breeds. I just looked at this cat and I knew it wasn't, and I don't want to say mutt, but I just said it. Like a regular cat. I knew it was a fancy cat. No, that's not what I meant. I knew it was a cat that was some sort of a breed. Um, And I was thinking like Maine Coon or something. And then Janice didn't seem very interested. And I'm thinking, like, how are you like telling me all about this cat that you're pet sitting? Because this cat is pretty amazing. Like, he's fucking friendly as hell to strangers. Like, oh my God, I could go on and on about that cat. But, anyways, I was like, you're not curious to see like maybe what type he is? I don't know. Maybe not everybody is into doing that. So I somehow figured out that like taking a picture on my phone um of like the cat, it does the search right for you in the phone. Like, I feel like I'm so old right now. You guys probably have known about this shit forever, but I am like so late in like even knowing or hearing about this stuff. And I was like, oh my God, my phone does it. And so I cross-referenced with a few websites just to make sure that like my phone knew what it was doing. And it turns out that they have a Serbian across the street. Like, the cat is a Serbian. I think I'm saying that right. And so I sent all this information to Janice. Um, like, I texted her like pictures of what I found, and like information about Serbian cats because it seemed to line up with like the personality of that one. And I don't know. I said just send it to the lady across the street because she's got her information. But, anyways, I don't know. Why wouldn't you want to find that stuff out? Like, maybe you have to be obsessed with animals too. I don't know. Boy, do I wish I didn't just say all that. But the point of the story is, if can somebody just like tell me, like, hey, if you go into this, because I have no idea what the fuck is on my phone most of the time. Like, I'm lucky I can text, like I'm really bad with technology. But anyways, um, I was at the dollar store the other day, which it's pretty much turning into like a mini wall fart. Is that maybe a right description? Like this store is called the Dollar Tree. Everybody, in America probably has heard of the Dollar Tree, or like has dollar stores in their like where they live or whatever. Well, so this one, everything's been a dollar for years and years and years, and it's always bullshit that they sell. But if you need something like really quick, you can go get something for cheap over there. And then over the last couple of years, they've started raising the prices, and like um with doing so, they're getting like actual brands in, like real shit, like I don't know, for example, actual Oreos instead of like their brand of probably pretend Oreos. Do you know what I mean? Like like man, do I have a hard time explaining. Like Campbell's soup can be found at the Dollar Tree now instead of like shitty chicken water soup or something from like their brand. Not that I've tried it, not that they don't even have soup. I was just giving it that's just the best way I can explain it. So it's like a little mini wall fart in there. They've got food that's actually decent. They don't have those paper thin steaks. Who the fuck bought those? Who the fuck bought those paper thin steaks? You got to know what I'm talking about, some of you. It was like, is this a joke? They called it a steak. Um, you couldn't pay me to try that thing. And I was like, I remember being curious, and I was like looking around online, like, what do people say about this? Oh my God, people are like, this is fake. This tastes like paper. Like all kinds of shit. But anyways, they don't have that anymore. They have good stuff, not steak, but like you can find Jimmy Dean stuff, brand name ice cream. Anyways, that's as good as I can get for explaining. But anyways, why did I bring that up? Oh, because a couple of reasons. I think I'm gonna just for myself, I don't know, Alicia likes to get regular food like a regular person, which I understand that. She likes to go to the grocery store and get food. I like to just find things that are easy to eat, tasty, and I don't have to make them really. And if I do, it's not more than a few minutes in the microwave or 5 minutes on the stove. And so now I have decided like I really am going to start like getting a lot of my shit from the Dollar Tree. Even though like I wish they would change their name. Like that sounds so like ugh, whatever. Like everything's going up, the prices and stuff. And so like I'm gonna try to take advantage of the dollar store while I can and get the things that I can get at like other stores. Like for example, um those tuna kits where there's crackers and then there's that little can of tuna fish. I always eat them separate, not that anybody asked. I don't I mean like anyways, it feels like you have more food if you eat the crackers separate from the tuna, even though the tuna is supposed to go on the cracker. I don't know. It's like tricking my mind that like, hey, you're eating more than you really are. But anyways, why did I bring that up? Oh no. Oh, easy things. Um, so like the stuff that I would get at like Wegmans, like tuna kits or something, like the same brand can be found at the dollar store now. And I'm like, this is fucking great. And the prices are still really decent. So I'm just gonna start doing that. Not to mention I was at Walgreens, um, and I was kind of shocked that I go into their store and they're like, today's a big sale day and like everything's on sale. You know what? No, that's like a fucking lie because all of the prices got jacked the fuck up. And I know Walgreens, oops, my mouth. Hold on. I heard that noise, that dry sound. Um, fuck, why do I keep forgetting what I'm talking about? Sorry, guys. Dollar Tree, Walgreens. Okay. So stores like that, like Rite Aid, Walgreens, their prices are more expensive anyways. That's just because that's just the way that they're, CVS, stuff like that in the States. I have never seen prices like this in my life at that store. So their idea of putting things on sale is to show you what the new price is. So for example, the new price of a fucking bag of beef jerky is like 19.99. Can you believe that? I'm not talking about fancy beef jerky. I'm just talking about regular beef jerky. The prices got jacked up because of all the bullshit that's going on. I'm sure you've watched the news or heard. The economy fucking sucks. And so they're trying to pass it off like the new sales price is actually what the price originally was of the product. Um, and sometimes even that's like a dollar or two more. You know what I mean? So I'm like, are people really buying this shit? Like, not buying it like literally, but like, do you see what's going on here? Like, this is a scam. Like, nothing's on sale, really. Like, can it really be called on sale if it, like, just the other day, this was the price, and now you jacked it up twice that much, and now you're saying it's on sale because it's the original price? Oh my God, does that even make sense? Um, so yeah, I am definitely like not shopping at those places anymore because who the fuck is buying a $20 bag of beef jerky unless they're rich or they live very comfortably financially. I don't know. Um, but anyways, so that's ridiculous. But back to the Dollar Tree. So like I was standing in line after I got the things that I wanted, and it was a pretty long line. And usually during the day they have one worker and they'll only call another one up if it gets busy. And so I was at the back of the line, and like these days I'm patient because I don't have anywhere to be. So I don't mind standing in line. And I was at the back, and this older lady comes up behind me, um, and she just yells to the front, like, "Hey, this line is pretty long. Um, can't you get another cashier out here?" And it was like magic. Just like that, the cashier up at the front picked up her phone and over the intercom called for the other cashier, and voila, the other cashier went to her register and the line got shorter. And I was like, how do people just do this? And they're like, they don't even think about it. Like, I seriously uh was trying to think, like, I don't know how to explain it. I would never do that because I'm so afraid of rejection. I think I've done that in the past, probably when I was a kid, and that was enough for me to stop doing that. But I have never been somebody that would just go up to somebody, like, if you're like, those ones, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but anyways, hopefully you can follow. Like when you're at the cashier and like they're scanning your items and some stranger comes up and asks the cashier, "Hey, like where is this item?" or I need to return this. Where do I go? And they just interrupt and like ask the question, they get the answer and then they leave. I have done that before. And like I remember just awkward if like they don't hear you, or if like I don't know, I've never been good at like interrupting because I've either been ignored or it was super awkward, or I don't know. And I don't understand how people can just like say things out loud and be okay with it. Does that make sense? Oh my God. I should stop recording on Fridays because I think my brain works better midweek maybe. But anyways, I thought that was really cool that she did that. She just did a normal thing that I am too afraid to do. I would never just yell, "Hey, can you get another cashier here, please?" And so that was pretty cool. And anyway, so you know how they're like next person in line go to the new register when they open up the new register. Um and usually like you see some assholes like scurry on over there that are not next in line and that haven't been waiting that long, like what the fuck. So anyways, I let a couple people like in front of me, they went over to the new line with the new register and I followed. And then I like looked behind me at some point while I was waiting and I was like, wait a minute, is that the lady that yelled out that we needed a new cashier? Because I wanted to let her go before me because she put the work in, she should be able to go before me. But then I realized I didn't directly look at the lady, and there were several older ladies in these lines. Like, I don't know, there were several of them. And I did not know if I had the right older lady or not. So I didn't let that lady go before me. And because I was like, what if it wasn't her? And then they're going to think I'm rude for not noticing. Anyways, this is my mind. So I'm just gonna move on. I've been thinking about how there's some weird shit that I don't understand. Um, that I would like to understand. So, first up, how come animals have no problem licking their assholes and tasting their own shit? Yeah, I did say that. I know. I know I am an adult, but I really want to know, like, why do animals lick their butts and taste their shit and just go on about their day like they didn't do that, and that they don't stop and do that multiple times a day, not just their assholes in their private bits, but like the other cat's assholes. Like Phil, oh my god, he's only a few months older than Apollo, but Phil is really good at getting in Apollo's ears and cleaning him. But now Phil's like, I'm so good at cleaning Apollo's ears, I'm gonna go straight for the butthole. And I don't know how. I'm like, when he starts doing that in front of me, it's not often, don't worry. It was just like a couple times. I'm like, you guys need to get that situation far away from me. I cannot see this. This is weird. I always think of like that movie Centipede, even the, what is it called? Human Centipede or something? I don't even, if you, and I'm not even going to describe what that movie is about. I think there's more than one of them. And I don't know why I brought that up. And I never even saw those movies. I really didn't. I just got to move on. Anyways, that's just weird to me that they do that. And you know what's also weird to me is that animals don't realize that they're naked all the time. Like they're fucking naked. Like everybody can see their butthole. Um, like they don't wear clothes. Their fur doesn't cover everything. Like, do they realize they're naked? And then I'm like, well, are animals supposed to wear clothes? So there's that. You know what else is weird? TV shows like America's Got Talent and Big Brother, and like the ones that are occurring in real time that haven't been like recorded months ago and you're just now seeing it. Like, I think it's weird that like I'm watching AGT, and it's like the show I've always watched. Like everybody's laughing, everybody's like having a good time, it's just like it's a good show. And now I'm watching it and I'm like, you are live, and there's no mention of politics, which I know that they're probably told, don't you dare bring anything up on live air, because for so many reasons. But it's just like watching these shows, and they're in this large building, and it's like they're cut off from the cruelty that's going on right outside the door. And I wonder, like, do the hosts, are they like pretending that everything's okay? Is it hard for them to, like, what, does that make sense? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Um, I don't know that I could do that. That I could be like a host of some show and just act like everything's okay when I know it's not, but that I have to do that because, like, who wants to watch AGT and then like hear about politics? I get it. I just think it's very strange that this is happening. Um, I don't know. Like, I really hope somebody understands this, because it's just strange to me. Big Brother, I guess, doesn't really count because, like, the people that have been in there for months, they don't know what's going on. So maybe that one doesn't count. But like the live shows, the live competition stuff, um, I don't know. I don't understand how everybody just is okay with having a good time. I don't know. Maybe I just need to move on. I can't make sense of that. You know what's also weird? Please don't be offended. People in Europe or other countries. I don't I think it's weird that there's royalty, that there's king and queen bullshit. Like, it's like pretending. Like, don't worry, I'll get to like our bullshit soon. But like, I've never understood this whole king and queen stuff. Like, way back in the day, okay, sure, times were different. People were more feral. Like there were all kinds of shit. It's fine. Kings and queens back in the day, that's great. But like, we're in 2025, and I don't know if there's any other countries that have like king or queen systems, other than England. But it's just strange to me, because I keep reading like how a bunch of people, like lots of people think that, what is the purpose of the monarchy? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Like, what is the purpose? What do they actually do? And so like, when like they get married, people all over the world tune in to watch this like fairy tale like fucking wedding or something, and it's all like just acting, and it's all following like these ridiculous scripts, and you're wearing these ridiculous costumes, and like why is everybody tuning in to watch this? And then if you think about what is a king and queen actually do from day to day, like go around and try to make people feel like I don't know, like, what do they do? They don't do anything, do they? Like, they just have meetings about nothing. They go on TV and, like, just give, like, a few thoughtful words about something going on that maybe is distressing to the country. Like, what the fuck is the point of the monarchy? Um, I think that's very strange. I think it's a waste of money. I think it's a spectacle. And I think Harry, is that his name? Prince Harry? Is he a prince anymore? I don't know. I think he is very lucky that he got away from that situation. Anyways, is that did anybody else think about that or think that way? And then um I also think it's very weird that there is one person in quote in charge. Like I know they're not in charge, but like one person, like a president of an entire country, and that is the face of that country. I think it's weird that it's always just one person. Like, seriously? Like, why are there like two parties in this country? Like, two party systems. It's very, very, very weird to me. There's so much variety. There's other like political group, like beliefs, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Why is it just stuck on two? Republican and Democrat. And why is there this huge race and millions of dollars poured in to getting one person to the top to be called the president? Like, yeah, okay, maybe they're a figure for the country, or it's like when you're talking about America, everybody knows, like you're talking about, I don't know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh my God, where am I at with time? Oh, I gotta move it along. Um, I just think it's weird that there's always just one person. Like, why can't it be a group of people? Why does it have to be one person that is the face of a country? That's just very strange to me. Um, because like let's say you have a group of five, if one of them ends up being a sociopath, like maybe there can be a voting system for, them to get that one out. I don't know. Maybe that's Hunger Games. I don't know. Hunger Games bullshit. But anyways, what else I think is weird, speaking of acting earlier, is rich people award shows like the Oscars, where the celebrities, like, I know I'm not trying to shit on everybody, but like, why are we paying millions of dollars to people who act? Like, autistic people have been acting their entire lives. We don't get paid for that. We don't get paid millions of dollars for our awesome performances throughout our lives. Like, so all these celebrities buy these tickets to go to this award show to celebrate each other, but it just looks like some weird cult gathering in a sense. Like everybody's got expensive dresses on. Like, look at me, look what style I'm wearing. Oh my God. And like nobody else would wear what the fuck you're wearing. It's so weird. So why are you wearing it? Like, I don't get this shit. And like it's all performative. And it's all let's clap when it's appropriate. And like, it's just very, very strange to me that this shit happens. I'm just lowering my voice because I hear the neighbor lady out with her dog, and I hope she doesn't hear me talking because I don't like to be overheard. But, anyways, it's like they're all there playing dress up. Like, can we do away with these things, please? Like, come on. Um, I also think it's weird about like the insane amount of projection from Evil Dick and his cult. Like, everything that they're saying that, like, for example, the left is doing is exactly what they're doing. And so, like, I sit here and I'm like, do they know what they're doing when they're saying this stuff? Like, are they pretending or are they for real? Like, are you really sitting there and believing this to be true? Like, for example, like, there's this whole shit about hate speech now. I'm so tired of this country, but like, that's up for debate apparently. And like you have evil dicks saying some really evil shit about like the people on the left and they're so hateful, but you're really talking about yourself, dude. So like does he know he's talking about himself? Let's take evil dick out of the equation. Any other minion, put a minion in there. Do they know that they're lying when they say this? Like legitimately, do they know that this actually is not happening, but they're saying it anyways because, whatever benefit they're getting out of it? Like, is this pretending or are they for real? I really do not understand this. I don't understand how you can get so sucked into a way of thinking that like you really think things are true when they're not. I don't know, my brain, I can't wrap that around that or whatever. And then I also think it's weird how dirty souls get promoted to positions of power and influence all the fucking time. I can go throughout my, like, I have a list of like supervisors and CEOs or whatever that I've worked for who are like looking back narcissistic, sociopathic. And these people are everywhere in all kinds of organizations, in places like, like Burger King, even like everywhere you find these people. And why do we keep elevating them to the top? Oh, I hear her again. Sorry. My paranoia is not your concern. Um, why? Why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep giving them these kinds of positions? What the fuck is wrong with the system? And I don't understand it. I don't understand why dirty souls are promoted and get paid all that money, get all this power, supposedly. I don't even like that word in that context. Um, Over and over and over, forever, this keeps happening. Like, why aren't there more of clean souls, nicer people in positions? Anyways, I think my mouth and my brain are really not working that well now. Um, you know, if I never found out about my tism, I would not be in a good spot mental health wise right now. Um, I wouldn't have known that there was community that I would have benefited from because I never found community when I didn't know I was autistic. I never found it. I was always um, like bullied or, all the kinds of things that we have to deal with. And I just didn't trust the majority of people because the majority of my experiences with them hadn't been good. Um, so, my these days are crazy. My brain is all over the place. My emotions are all over the place. But like, I just keep coming back to thank goodness I know I'm autistic and that there's people that I feel supported by and that I can support and that we're there for each other. And it's like this collective sort of, um, I don't know what you would call it. Not healing, because who's healing right now? But like, I am so appreciative of community because if I didn't know about my autism, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing right now. I wouldn't have awareness that I needed. I wouldn't have like this information about myself and like this understanding that like I wouldn't be in a good spot. So I'm grateful for good and decent people who do not have dirty souls and who do the right thing and who I don't remember what I'm gonna say. Okay, so I'm just gonna end this now. I don't know whatever the fuck this episode was. Um I am very sorry about these, like, I guess this is it now? These are the kind of episodes I'm doing? Holy shit. Um I'm sure there's a bunch of autism in this here episode. I gotta go. Um, no, I'm not on anything, but I really want to be. So I'm gonna just end this episode and then publish it. Hope nobody listens to it because I don't know what the fuck I just said for half an hour. And take an edible and go out back because it's actually decent temperature time. Like it's cooler, 69, 70 degrees today, and do a fire and hope that no fucking neighbor comes over and wants to hang out with me. All right. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank you for listening. Um, okay, bye.